Jesus Christ, I just woke up. Alright, Space Engineers, Beta. What the hell is it? How does it work and how do you get started? That's basically what this video is going to be about. And you can see I've started in the main menu. I just want to give you a complete beginner overview. Just what the hell is it, how does it work? So, we're just going to go ahead and start a new game. This is the campaign. I honestly don't really even recommend it. I tried it and I didn't like it. It didn't really teach me a lot. I'll teach you everything that it should have taught you, I think. So if you're going in alone, which I would recommend at first, unless you want to learn with a friend, which is, that's okay too. But click the one that says Lone Survivor in Custom Game here. Lone Survivor, that's the best map to start on in my opinion. We're just gonna name it YouTube. Click Survival. Sound mode, I like realistic. It doesn't affect the gameplay. It's just like, you know how you can't hear anything in space? Well, that kind of translates to, yeah, more realistic sound. Online mode, private, friend, and all. You can change all this later. I'm just going to make it private. Block limits, I'd recommend you leave that, and I'd recommend autosave as well. Mods, alright. I have a lot of mods because I played the game a while and I messed with them. If you're interested in mods, you can click here, browse workshop, and you can get some mods. I don't recommend that at first. Just learn how to play the game real quick. Like, I will explain everything, but once you get mods, you can just like add them to this specific game like this. I think a lot of games have systems like that, so it shouldn't be too new. And let's see, advanced. This is important. When you're first starting out, go to all of these here and just click the highest one. This makes the game progress easier. So it makes grinding quicker, welding quicker. It makes, making things quicker. And trust me, you're gonna want that at first because it takes a while for this game to like progress. It's like one of those long Minecraft playthroughs. It gets boring if you have it on low settings. Like if you have it on realistic, oh god, it's horrible. Don't do it. Okay, world generator. I think it's important. I always have asteroid amount on high. I think there's a higher setting than high. Or at least there used to be. I don't know if there is I always pick the highest setting. The flora thing doesn't matter unless you're on a planet. We're not going to be on a planet, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to click OK. That should get our world all configured. So I'm going to click OK. It's going to load in. And luckily this game doesn't seem to take a whole lot of time to load in, that's nice. If you add mods, it's going to take a good bit longer. Alright. I've actually never played it on my desktop, so it might be slower. I have a little bit slower of an SSD here. I'm used to playing it on my laptop. Alright, we should be about loaded in. 3, 2, 1. Perhaps? No. And here we go. World, YouTube, loaded. This is where you spawn in. I need to turn VSync on. This is horrible. Options, display, VSync. Yes. Alright. There we go. That's beautiful. Alright. This is your new home. So where you start, and your goal is basically to expand upon this little base that you have. And when you first spawn in, you don't have a lot of stuff. So power is really your main concern at the moment. This little pilot seat here, this is like a control center for your station. And if you look in the bottom right corner of the screen, you'll notice it has some readouts and stuff, and one of them says fuel time. that is your most important thing at the moment. So we're going to press K. K brings up the control panel for your station. You have all these different modules that you can adjust and all that. But we're going to go to the gravity generator. Again, I just woke up. And we're going to turn it off. And you'll notice when I do that, look right here. It says current input. That's how much power it's drawing. So if you turn it off, it makes your station take up a lot less power. Now you've seen your fuel time's going from 40 minutes to a whole day. So now we have a lot more time to mess around and gather some resources. And you'll see I'm kind of floating around in my jetpack now. If you were to turn your jetpack off, that is X, and you'll see I'm just kind of floating away, because that's what you do. But while you're flying around, you just do this with the arrow keys, you'll notice you're kind of oriented at a weird angle probably. Press Q and E to rotate in the corresponding direction. It's pretty simple. Most games have something similar if you need to rotate. But that's how you control your rotation while you're using your jetpack. Now, another important control is the letter Z, as in Z. That's the inertia dampeners. That's basically brakes. So think of it like if you're in space, like if it was real, like a simulation, and you're kicked forward, you're gonna keep moving forward like this, like forever, into eternity. And if you press Z, you stop. That's because you have this little jetpack backpack here. And you'll see, you have this what is it called? The thrusters. They kind of stop you. But if you turn inertia dampeners off, they don't stop you. That's what that does. That's why you stop. And you can press V to switch between the different views. But our first priority in gathering stuff is to get your drill with the number 3 and find some uranium. Luckily, we spawn on an asteroid with uranium. Woohoo! If you were to not spawn on an asteroid with uranium, what you would do is you would go to any one of these closer asteroids and you'd try to find some. Simple as that. But I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna collect a little bit of it. And this just works. You click, hold it down, and it'll eject some uranium. You can pick it up with F. You can hold down F if you want. You can hold down F while drilling and it'll pick up some of it. But I would recommend just drilling a little bit, stopping, picking it up, drill a little bit, stop, pick it up, because you'll lose a whole lot less stuff that way. And luckily, since we have a pretty high modifier, I guess, the thing we configured in the beginning, we get quite a lot of stuff from a little bit of mining. So we're gonna go over here, and you have your assembler and your refinery. You also have your nuclear reactor, and that's just storage right there. And we're gonna go to the refinery. We're gonna press F, that goes into it. It's kind of like Minecraft. This would be comparable to a furnace, I believe. It's been a while since I played Minecraft, but here you can just double click and it'll put that in the refinery, and then we'll then refine it down to uranium ingots. Those uranium ingots can then power your reactor and power your station. Next, this thing right here. This is the health, is it called a health bay? Health center? Health something? It's basically a respawn place. So if you go here, you can press F. You can change the color of your suit. There we go. So you can get a color you want, or you can just leave it black or white, purple. I'm gonna leave mine gray. Great, will do. Now here, this thing, this heals you. You go up to it and you just hold F down. And you can see it recharges. You can look down in your bottom left corner of the screen. You see energy, oxygen, and hydrogen. It recharges those things. That's really important. If you run out of any of those, you're basically fucked. Let's check on our refinery. Alright, we have about 1.45, and we can double click that, and we can put it in our reactor. Now we have a good bit of power, and we can go exploring if we want. Let me just turn our gravity generator on. There we go. I'm gonna turn it down to half power. That's how you do that. If you wanted it to like be reverse gravity, you could do that. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do that. So now we've got like, turn jetpack off. Now we got like moon gravity. I find this more useful than normal gravity because it's a whole lot harder to hurt yourself, like falling. Which there is fall damage, by the way. Definitely. Okay. See this thing here? This is an oxygen generator. It runs off ice. And it can recharge your oxygen and hydrogen bottles. So I would recommend keeping that filled up. It doesn't use a lot of resources though. This right here is iron. Yeah, we need a lot of iron. Iron is useful. And I'll show you a little bit later on how to build stuff, but I need to get some stuff to build with so I can show you the process better. Wow, that went a long way. There. Alright, let's go back. Let's put this in the refinery. This is like Minecraft, but in space, pretty much. That's the whole. We're gonna change the order there so we can get some iron going. And we're just gonna put that in the assembler. The assembler is the equivalent of a crafting table in Minecraft. And if you want to make something, you have to go here to production. And this is all the parts that you can make. Anything in the game can be crafted with these set of parts in some combination or another. But this is quite a different system than most games I've played. And you have small blocks, large blocks. And let's say we wanted to build. Is there anything? There's nothing I want to build here. Okay, let's say I wanted to build a light armored block. Normally you'd think, well, I'll click on it and it'll make the light armored block. Well, no, it doesn't do that. Click on it and it builds the parts that are required to build that light armored block. So it takes one steel plate. So you got to go here to the inventory tab and you got to get your steel plate. Now here is where it's, different from other games. Press G. This is all the stuff you can build. Okay, this is a light armored block. We'd put it here. Drag it into your hotbar. If you want to press Control and then any of the number keys, you can like have different hotbar or toolbar, whatever they are, configurations. So, light armored block. There's small and large blocks. Just press that, number. In this case, it'd be 4. Just press it again to switch between the two. We're gonna build a small one. It's just right there. So there is our small armor block, and we have to weld it to complete it. So there you go. There's your small armored block. You see, bump it, it just flies off into space. We got the grinder. Let's go get it. We can grind it down. That's something nice about this game. You get all the parts. I think you get all the parts. If it's not, it's really close. Pretty good efficiency. So let's see. Press I. That's inventory. You see you have your steel plate again. So yay, whoop-de-doo. Ooh, that's a lot of magazines. Let's go here. Let's put. Okay, pro tip. Right click and drag, and you can like tell it how many you want to put in a certain place. So now we have iron and we have power. So those are the two most important things in the beginning. We're gonna need some more resources, but you know, you can go out and find those. Let me show you something else real quick. Then this video, the first installment, will pretty much be close to done. Go back to the refinery. Let's get this ferrite out of there. Or iron? Iron? Yes, iron. My bad. Similar production. Okay. These are the things we can make. I've already went over that, but you're gonna need some stuff. You're gonna need some stuff to build a ship. Basically, you're gonna need all that stuff right there. And this is the hard part of the game. You gotta go out and you gotta find this shit, right? You gotta like go explore some asteroids. You gotta mine this with your drill, and you can build upgraded tools as well. But you gotta have the stuff to build it. So you gotta get enough resources to build a little bitty mining ship or a drill ship or something. And I'm gonna show you how to get to these asteroids because there's a little trick you can do. You remember I told you about the inertia dampeners, you know? Your brakes? Well, keep in mind you have a limited amount of fuel with your jetpack. So your fuel is hydrogen. You run off hydrogen. So what you do, puberty strikes again. What you do if you want to go a long distance is you line yourself up with whatever you're going to go to. You go forward until you reach 107 meters per second, which is the speed limit by default. And we're about there. And then you press Z, then you let off the forward key. Now you're hurtling towards the asteroid using no fuel. GG. And you just wait. When you get close, you press your inertia dampeners again so you don't collide into the asteroid and kill yourself. And that's basically how you travel in the beginning. Your jetpack actually goes faster than ships. Yeah, just a little bit. Ships top out at 100 meters per second for some reason. I don't know why. There's a mod to get rid of that, but it's really not. It's not a big deal. Another thing I didn't mention before, I'm gonna go into first person. If you get your drill out, that's not a fucking drill. If you get your drill out and you go close to something, you'll notice it says like uranium, iron, cobalt. We need cobalt. That's an ore indicator that's built into the drill, and when you get a ship, you can put a big ass ore indicator on it. And it'll tell you where stuff is. Alright, look, we need this. This is cobalt. Yeah, cobalt. We're gonna get some of this cobalt, because we need it. And another pro tip, if you're... Is mine? Yes, that's on. If you're at a place like this, and you know there's iron deep down in here, you can right click, and it'll like mine a big hole, but you don't like get any of the resources, it just destroys it. But that's a good way to get down into like a ore deposit. You'll see, you know, made a pretty good hole. And there's a lot of cobalt here. Oh, that reminded me of something. Press K or I or anything to get into this menu. Go to GPS. You can make waypoints. So iron, cobalt, or something else. Iron, cobalt, uranium, maybe. And so now, anywhere you go, you can come back to this point. And if you're feeling cheatsy, I think you can teleport to it as well, but you know, don't do that. Okay, what's this? Is this silver? What is that? What do you... Uranium. That doesn't look like uranium. Anyways, we're gonna go back to our base. And with this cobalt, I can now build some more stuff. Cobalt is a very useful resource to have, especially in the beginning. Cobalt, iron, silicon. Those are important. I still don't know what magnesium is used for, but yeah, just gather a little bit of everything. I'm sure you'll find a use for it. After I get back here, I'm gonna show you how to build some more stuff in the refinery? Get this in Minecraft mixed up. Yeah, I'm gonna say refinery. And then in the next episode, I'm going to show you how to build a little mining ship. Oh, don't crash. There we go. You will kill yourself crashing into things. Just a fact of life. It's alright. Everyone does it. So we got uranium. I'm going to put that in our reactor. You can, when you get the parts, you can connect all this stuff. Like you can see how this is piped together. You can connect everything else, so you can just have it automatically transfer the stuff to where it needs to be. We don't have the stuff to do that yet, so I'm gonna go here. You see, now we can make a few more things, like we can make a light. Oh, never mind. Oh no. We need more cobalt. There we go. Control panel production. Nickel, that's what we need. We need nickel, but we'll get that next episode. That has been it for this very first brief introductory I can't talk today. Introductory episode. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, all that, normal shit. I'll see you in the next episode.